Hi. Hello, and welcome back to No Excuses. I am Dr. Marilyn Ward, and we are going to continue on with our bite-sized wellness. Today's topic is harmful foods. So, we talked about last time about healthy foods and what those foods can do for your body and your brain. Well, today we're going to talk about the opposite. And I'm kind of jumping back between two screens, so something new I'm trying. So, I hope it doesn't bother you, but if so, we'll address that on the next one. All right, so this is the third session, and we are going to talk about the foods that can harm our bodies when consumed in excess and how we can make better choices. So, I'm not here to tell you how to eat, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just here to give you information that may help you with making healthier choices. So, what are harmful foods? Well, they are the foods that do harm for your body. And we know, right? So we know most of this information that I've been giving, but sometimes listening to it from a different standpoint. But they're the foods that have a negative impact on your health. So we already know what most of those are. So we have processed foods, sugary foods, fast food, and trans fat foods. These are your main ones that we're going to talk about. We're going to kind of break those down um, a little bit, so individually. So, again, when it comes to these harmful foods, I'm not saying I've never eaten any of them because I have. And I believe that whatever we do consume, as long as we consume it in moderation, you're okay. But it's when you're consuming those foods day in and day out and you're not balancing your diet with other nutritious food, then you see the negative results, what it affects on our body. I would say most of our diseases are by our hands, or the things that are wrong with us are by the fork that we are putting in our mouth, right? So we have that choice as an adult to not go through the drive-through and eat fast food, or to make that healthy decision when you're grocery shopping. Nobody's forcing you to buy that um, sugary soda, the fat-laden pizza. Now, I do love me some pizza, but there are better choices between pizzas, okay? So, past the potato chips, go with a Triscuit. So, a lot of different choices that we can make, but again, I'm just saying it's your choice. It's your responsibility to make those choices. So, first one, we're going to talk about processed foods. Um, Often high in unhealthy fats, sugar, and sodium. The three things, right, that make it taste good. Okay? I'm not going to lie. It's like when people say, "Oh, but I can go through the drive-through and I'll get to fast food again, and I won't buy the French fries." I'm sorry, as soon as you smell them, it's like instant reaction. You want those salty fries. But anytime that we have something that's high in sugar, then our body's going to crave for that sugar. Same with the fat, and same with the sodium, the salt. It's easy to do. So, why? What are the negative impacts? Often high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, preservatives. Processed foods can lead to weight gain, increased cholesterol levels, higher risk of heart disease. They also lack the essential nutrients that our bodies need, so it leaves us deprived despite the calorie intake. So, high amount of calories, little results. Okay, so processed foods, and we in America have a plethora of them, where other countries they have more limitations and regulations on their processed foods, where we don't. But again, it's up to you to make the choice to decide not to buy that processed food. Try to shop on the outside of the grocery aisles and try to get most of your foods from natural sources, or naturally, like where you're just taking a chicken and you're cooking it, as opposed to breaded, frozen, flash fried, frozen bag of chicken nuggets. Does that make sense? All right, sugary drinks. Who likes to go through Starbucks and get their iced sugary latte? All right, I love hot coffee. Every once in a while, I do like a cold, but I just simply take my leftover cold coffee from the morning, dump it on ice, and I like heavy cream. So I cannot say I fall into that realm, but I have a lot of friends who do. So sugary drinks, they don't just come in that form of a soda where we know, all right, 46 grams of sugar in that soda. They come from our smoothies where we think they're healthy, but they're full of, if you're using a flavored yogurt, that's full of sugar. You're adding fruit to it more than what we need typically. So that has sugar than any milk that you've added or the protein you've added. So sugary drinks can add up, or the sugar can add up in that protein shake or that smoothie. But then think about those lattes that you get or um, whatever. And I don't mean to just pick on Starbucks, but whatever other coffee, when you're buying those drinks in a store as well, like in a grocery store they have those pre-made drinks. You have to be careful. A lot of those healthy drinks or some of the I don't know, different, they have health drinks on the market. If you really look at the ingredients and break down that list, they're usually high in sugar. So you really have to be careful and watch. So, the negative impacts of the sugar, loaded with excess sugar, the drinks can cause spikes in your blood sugar levels, leading to insulin resistance and increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes. They're also associated with obesity and dental problems like cavities. So, just remember a lot of these foods and uh, these harmful foods have a trickle effect of negativity on your body. So leads to obesity. Oh, leads to heart disease. Oh, then that leads to type 2 diabetes. Oh, and so it has a terrible effect on the rest, on other multitude of problems and diseases. So you have to be really careful with all of these foods. Now, we're talking about fast foods, and I'll talk about fast foods and trans fats together because typically they're coming from a fast food restaurant or if you're buying frozen products to take home. So, fast food, we already know high in calories, low in nutritional value. If you could pay 99 cents for a cheeseburger, I'm not sure they're using the highest quality of meat. And if you really honestly look at it, I call it mystery meat. I'm not saying I've never eaten a McDonald's little cheeseburger, but when you really start to think about the nutritional value in that food, it's just not there. So trans fats also found in many of the fried foods and baked goods that can increase your cholesterol levels. So those two together, we're going to talk about the negative impact, and it's a list. Okay, so weight gain and obesity, uh, heart health risks, high blood pressure, diabetes risk, digestive issues, liver strain, mental and emotional health that comes from being on that vicious cycle, and poor bone health. So all of these things lead, like I said, they lead to more and more. So, and I'm not saying it happens, you're going to eat it today and that's going to happen tomorrow. This is if you're eating this type of diet over a long period of time or you've been eating this way for years. So, if you have, this is my tidbit, if you have small children, don't get them into this habit. A lot of people, and I hear parents say it all the time, oh, well, my kid refuses to eat whatever. Oh, my kid throws a fit if I don't go to McDonald's. I'm sorry. Your child cannot drive themselves to McDonald's. That's you. That's you taking your child. You introduced that food to them. They didn't find it on their own, right? So we, as parents, need to make positive choices for our children until they can get to that point. I'm not saying you can't ever take them there every once in a while as a special treat, but if you're taking your child there every day after school pickup or every single weekend. It's not a novelty anymore. And you are setting them up for failure for their nutritional needs and for their way of thinking going into adolescence and early adulthood. So really be that good parent who is going to introduce them to the foods that are going to help build them for success as they grow. That's my little soapbox for for that. All right, so how do we mitigate these impacts? So it's very important to limit these harmful foods, balance your diet with nutrition-dense meals, and make healthier choices when dining out, right? For those of you that love to dine out, we dine out all the time. Again, it's your choice. You are looking at that menu. You're making that choice. The chef is not telling you what to do and what to eat and what to order. Not sometimes in specialty restaurants, but think about it. You have that choice to make the right decisions. Maybe skip the appetizer, maybe skip the extra salad and share your entree. There's a lot of different ways that you can cut your calories when you are going out to eat. So I just want to close by saying be mindful of these foods. Make choices that support your wellness journey. And then the last session, we have one more session, we'll cover practical tips for balanced eating. So I hope you enjoyed today's session. I hope I didn't go back and forth with my eyeballs too much and you were able to follow along. And please like, share, subscribe. You never know who may need this information. I am only one person. I can only reach so many people. It takes a village to reach everyone. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day.